Dan and Josh at the Acoustic Centre back with part 4 of 4 videos showcasing the new master-built range of guitars from our friends at Maton. Joshy, there's going to be plenty of people excited to see this one back in the lineup. It is the TE Personal 808. Disappeared
indeed.
for a while. It's back. Look, it's the Tommy Emmanuel Spec 808, the exact version that Tommy himself plays when they build these guitars for him. Quite an interesting story. This guitar, the whole Tommy story. It's fascinating.
Well, it is. It is indeed. It's basically he's one of the. Well, he's a certified guitar player, isn't it? As it says on here, it says CGP.
Not many people bestowed with that on it, Joshy.
Exactly.
I think it's Tommy, Chet,
you
and me.
Exactly. And Mick Richardson back at the shop.
Yeah.
And CGP. So Tommy Emmanuel, he's certified.
He is.
Okay, so, if you're certified by Chet, that's pretty remarkable. And he is renowned as one of the greatest guitar players on the planet.
I mean, particularly acoustic as well.
And it's incredible that he's taken the Maton brand to the world.
Right.
He's a guy who is just a humble guy with huge talent, incredible talent. Fills concert halls all over the world, and this is his guitar of choice for playing live. So there's a few factors, and we'll talk about that go into this as a guitar, particularly as a live tool, that we should mention about
that
this
Tommy
guitar.
wants.
Yeah,
Tommy likes.
And first of all, we should say straight from the get-go, we were listening to really full and rich master-built guitars just a moment ago. The Tommy Emmanuel, when you first get on it, you'll notice it's not quite as full and rich as other acoustic guitars, but there is a reason for that, and maybe you can shed some light on it, and then I'll shed a little bit of light on it.
Yeah, it's a focused guitar. It's bright. Tommy wants that bright treble. He wants sustain in the treble notes when you get up high. They've done a few things to try to increase that. It's a AAA Sitka top with what they call Bees Wing Queensland maple, in other words, figured maple back and sides. The bracing is Sitka as well to match the top. There's an extra transverse bar in here, Joshy. The bracing is different to the standard model. Everything about it is to increase sustain and treble in those high notes, because Tommy is all over that fretboard. He's not down here in Cowboy Corner.
He doesn't just play a G chord, that's for sure. So the other factor is that for Tommy, he needs a guitar to be set up low, because he is playing acoustic guitar all night long, all over the fretboard. So he likes a low action, as a lot of players do. I know that if I'm doing a long gig, I want the action a little bit lower. But the other part of this guitar is because it has to exist at loud stage volumes.
Right.
It's a thing that Tommy Emmanuel needs this guitar to do. He's playing to a lot of people in big PA systems.
Loud volume.
So sometimes the guitar that has more resonance as an acoustic guitar or unplugged can be problematic when you plug it in.
Right.
So that's why this guitar, when you first play it, you're like, oh, it's not quite as full and rich as I imagine it would be, because this is a great acoustic guitar, but it's built for touring and plugging in specifically. And also, you need a guitar that's stronger, especially if you're
flying with it every day.
You're constantly playing sort of percussive.
Yeah.
Like he's constantly playing that kind of style. He plays very aggressively. He's constantly flying from Germany to, the northern Australia, where it's hot and humid. So you need a guitar that's going to handle touring like that. And a guitar that's built a bit more will.
Yeah, from what I've always read, Tommy travels pretty light too, like an AER amp or something similar, and he's 808. It's a guitar that has to do anything. It has to play, it has to sound beautiful when he does a radio appearance or records with it, and then it has to sound incredible when he plays to 3,000 people that night through the massive PA. And that's what the design is, to give you the best of both worlds.
Yeah, that's right, best of both worlds. And you don't want to be spending a long time at sound check when you've travelled all day and you've got to do a concert that night. You just want to have as much rest as possible when you're away touring. And part of that is not chasing problematic guitars on the stage. So anyway, we thought we'd harp on a little bit about that because it's important too, I think.
Yeah, some interesting specs here. The standard 808 TE has an ebony fretboard and bridge. Tommy's personal choice on all his Matons, rosewood board, rosewood bridge. Yep. Could be a feel of the rosewood, could be a sonic thing with the rosewood, but it's definitely about having a lighter bridge to get more movement in the top of that guitar. And Maton have told me that before. And rosewood bridges do. Some of our favourite models in the shop have rosewood bridges instead of ebony bridges. And it's always another little thing I really like, because I live right next to a paddock which is full of these guys, bouncy guys. You got a little kangaroo on the top.
Like it gives you a little tear and a little feeling in the heart. So it's a nice touch that he takes a little bit of Australia around the world with him. So
that's a walnut overlay on this headstock with a maple pinstripe. Back to the regular Grovers. Cannot go wrong.
And unlike every other Masterbuilt that we've been looking at with the open geared machine heads, we have the classic Grovers. Reliable, can't go wrong.
You can't beat them.
That's right. So, I mean, what else can we say? A great guitar, perfect for the person who not only loves Tommy Emmanuel, but the person who needs to plug in a lot and travel a lot. So that's the guitar for you, I think.
There you have it, folks. The TE Personal is back. We have it in the shop now. Come in and check it out. That's the Masterbuilt range. They're fabulous guitars. We're very thrilled to have them. Any questions, give us a call. Joshy, take us out with a few chords. Like that.